This is Brian from motivationchristopher.com, and today I want to talk to you about how you deserve better. I received a video response request from a viewer who wanted me to offer some advice regarding his most recent relationship. After reading through his messages, I believe that the information I'm about to share will help the majority of people who watch my videos. Because both men and women have experienced relationships that were unbalanced, unhealthy, and codependent. Usually it's one partner who isn't living in their integrity by being abusive, a user, a liar, or a cheater, while the other is not living in their power because they are choosing to chase after someone who isn't capable of giving them what they truly want and deserve. Karmic relationships are there to teach you important lessons about yourself, and you have to go through those karmics in order to get to a level of growth within yourself so that you may begin calling in your true soulmate. People who are of higher value because you have done the work in yourself, therefore increasing your value. You attract what you are. This gentleman who reached out to me lives in Australia, where there has been a strict lockdown and curfew due to the pandemic. He explained to me how 2 weeks into the relationship, he moved in with his ex. I feel like this is where he initially went wrong because you don't know the person you are dating in the first 2 weeks of a relationship, and living with someone is a huge commitment, so you want to make sure you reserve this privilege for people who you know are on the same page as you, with someone who has a healthy and stable lifestyle, a relationship that possesses an equal give and take, and that can take a few months to a few years to find out if you have that. Remember, most people wear a mask during the beginning phase of a relationship, meaning that you aren't really getting their true authentic self to come out because they are more focused on making great impressions and attempting to gain your affection. My advice to you in this aspect is when you enter into the next relationship, make sure you give it time to unfold before you rush into living together. Make sure this is someone who has proven with their actions that they love, respect, and trust you, not with words, but with actions. Because I'm going to point out how this gentleman's ex was not acting in her integrity and ultimately wasn't respecting or trusting him. My client then went on to explain that his ex does not believe in taking the proper precautions during the pandemic. She would have friends show up unannounced for drinks and food. He said how she would easily drink 1 to 2 bottles of wine every day, whereas he would drink 1 to 2 scotches on the weekend or for special occasions. He also admitted that she is committing welfare fraud as she underreports her working hours so that she gets more. About a month before they split, he had a talk with her about trust, and she told him flat out that she doesn't trust him or anyone for that matter. So I have a question. Can you have a deep and meaningful relationship of high value with someone who is allegedly committing fraud, who states that they don't trust you, or who is an alcoholic? I mean, even if your ex wasn't committing fraud or drinking every day, you still can't have a great relationship with her because of her inability to trust you. Stable relationships are built on trust, my friend. And from the sounds of it, you aren't a heavy drinker, so why are you with someone who is? And it's not your job to fix her. It's not your job to be responsible for the both of you. This goes back to what I was saying earlier. You want to move in with someone who is healthy and stable. Do you want to be with someone who is going to make you responsible for all the bills while they blow their money on bad habits? Do you want to be with someone who is drunk all the time and ride that roller coaster each and every single day? Listen to me. You have the power to choose your relationships. How empowering and freeing that is for anyone who decides to live the meaning of that, to put it into practice, to let go of people that no longer serve your highest and best. Based on the story you told me, I believe your friends were right when they say you dodged a bullet. If it's true and she was a gaslighter, then she displayed some narcissistic traits. And you should be celebrating that you didn't tie yourself down with this person by having kids or adopting her child from a previous relationship. I'm not a lawyer and I'm not sure what the laws are like in Australia, but if you adopted her son, then you probably would be financially responsible until he turned 18. Even if you broke up, you would still be paying for his expenses. Why would you want to do that to yourself? I respect the fact that you are attempting to be a positive male role model and act like a dad, but at the end of the day, he is not yours. Now, if you were dating a woman in her integrity and the relationship dynamics were different, such as there was a solid foundation of trust, teamwork, love, and respect for each other, then adopting her child may be a good thing. But you didn't have that with your ex. That's the reality of it. I know you had a lot of feelings for this woman because you and I talked about how she was the first woman you really fell in love with. And maybe you are experiencing a little bit of one-itis for her because you live in a small town and think you won't find somebody better. But none of that is true. I live in a small city, and whenever I went through a breakup, I was tempted to believe that same lie. But then I was always proven wrong when someone new showed up. And usually the new person who showed up in my life was an improvement over the last person. Why? Because I used the time that I had single to do the work in myself, to grow, to reconnect with that inner love, to read books on personal development, to learn how to raise my standards, to raise my value, which ended up raising my vibration. Remember, you attract what you are. You are doing the right thing by blocking her on Facebook and going no contact. Congratulations on taking that step. Keep doing the no contact. And if your ex reaches out to you, remind yourself of the hell this person put you through. Know there's a good chance she hasn't changed any, and learn to set some healthy boundaries for yourself. Because it didn't work out the first time, relationships usually don't last the second time around. Go after the new. Today's a new day. As far as your fear of seeing her with another man, I wouldn't be envious of any man who ends up with her. Because remember, she currently isn't capable of building trust or living a healthy lifestyle. I mean, maybe those fears would be a little more justified if you were dating a really great woman and you ended up doing something stupid to ruin that relationship. Then yeah, seeing her with someone else is going to hurt. But remember, your ex didn't even respect you enough to break up with you in person. She did it over the phone. And then she started accusing you of doing things that you told me you did not do, such as resetting her passwords on her accounts. You mentioned she was probably drunk and looking to start a fight when that happened. Allow me to share a brief story with you. I know we cannot talk face to face, but imagine giving me advice regarding what I'm about to tell you. The intent of this story is me hoping it helps you have a better perspective on what you just went through, to see it more clearly, and have that inner peace and healing in order to move forward. I'm going to refer to you as Joe even though that's not your name. So it goes something like this. Dear Joe, I am very upset and confused because my girlfriend of 8 months just broke up with me. I felt like I did everything I could in that relationship to make her happy. I was even willing to adopt her child and take care of them both, but she never trusted me. She never respected me. She would gaslight or lie to me, especially when she was drunk, which was often because she drank every day. I am coming out of this feeling broken and in a very dark place right now. I am a volunteer firefighter, and I enjoy what I do because I make a difference in the lives of those that I rescue. There was this one time that I couldn't save a life, and it really hurt me. I became very angry and frustrated because I felt like I failed the person I was trying to save, that I failed myself. Instead of supporting me, my ex misunderstood the pain that I was experiencing and chose to make me feel guilty for expressing my feelings. I have all this love and value to offer someone, and now I feel like I will never get the chance to love again because I live in a small town in Australia. What should I do, Joe? I hope you heard what I did there. I reversed the roles. I really was summarizing the story you told me. I want you to know that your life has immense value. You seem like a person who has good intentions in life because why else would you be a volunteer firefighter? Why would you put your life on the line for someone else if you did not have a heart of gold? Losing your first love is not easy, but in my opinion, it is necessary in order for you to grow and evolve into a more enlightened and stronger you. It took me nearly 2 years to fully heal when I left the first love of my life. But you want to know something interesting about that? If it weren't for that relationship ending, I would have never started this YouTube channel. I spoke of my ex in my video Life Changes. That was a time in my life when I experienced a lot of loss and pain. But that pain was the catalyst that launched me into a whole new phase of my life. I discovered myself in the midst of the abyss. I became the light in the darkness. And it is my greatest desire that you achieve that same level of growth for yourself. You will have to make a judgment call when it comes to your circle of mutual friends. Personally, I feel the friends who side with her aren't really your friends anymore. They've made their choice and you are better off detaching from people who don't love and support you the way you deserve. You want friends who have your back no matter what. Use the time you have during the lockdown to practice self-care. Reconnect with those hobbies you told me about. Maybe even discover a new passion. Then when you begin to feel like you've healed and detached fully from the past relationship, put yourself back out there. Have you ever tried online dating? I'm assuming a lot of people are going online where you live because of the pandemic. Life will eventually return to normal, and when it does, consider driving to the nearby cities in your area, because I know the town you live in is small. But a 30-minute drive to a city of 15,000 can provide more opportunities in love. You may have to go a little out of your comfort zone to meet someone new, but your efforts will be rewarded. Have an abundance mindset. There are plenty of good women out there. I highly recommend that you read some of the books that I have listed on my website. The Soulmate Secret really helped me to learn how to create the space for someone new to come in. And not only that, it taught me how to become very clear on what I wanted. I have used the information and applied it to my own life with success. The language of letting go is another must-have for anyone who likes daily meditations and who needs to learn the importance of self-care. The book also encourages the reader to set healthy boundaries, something I feel like you will benefit from. Like the title of this video suggests, you deserve better. You deserve a woman who has her life together and who is ready to share the love she has. See yourself as a catch. You're a volunteer firefighter. There are many women in your area who are going to find that attractive. And learn to love in such a way that the people in your life feel free. You can be grateful for your ex because she is teaching you valuable lessons. And if you someday hear of her with someone new, then be happy for her. When you are possessive and jealous of them moving on, that's not love, that is fear. And a fear-based mentality is only going to create lack in your life. In conclusion, I want you to understand that you are not alone. We've all experienced heartbreak in one form or another. The important thing is how you choose to respond to this life event. Are you going to allow it to bury you? Or are you going to allow it to build you? You reaching out to me and requesting this video makes me believe that you want to build, and I am proud of you for taking that step. Life is all about doors. Doors that close and doors that open. Now that this door is closed for you, be excited for all the new ones that are about to open, should you do the work in yourself. I hope this video helps you. If you would like to get my help personally, please visit my website motivationchristopher.com and click on the coaching link. Like, share, and comment to help this video be seen by those that need this information. And remember to raise your standards, to raise your value, which will ultimately raise your vibration.